Alex. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again, and tomorrow it's Christmas Eve. So, what better to celebrate this occasion than to do a podcast on angels, top 10 best angels? Because, well, angels, they're sometimes you put them on the tree, otherwise you just, it's part of the festive season, so yep, that's basically main reason for this podcast topic. We're doing top 10 angels, and yeah, of course, we also got a combo and a non-bow, but yeah, that's basically the podcast topic for today. So let's start off with our number 10, and we got Admonition Angel. Admonition Angel is a 6-mana 6/6 angel with flying and landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, you may exile a target non-land permanent other than Admonition Angel, under the Admonition Angel, of course. And when she leaves, bring back all the creatures exiled with it to the battlefield under their owner's control. So basically, Admonition Angel just captures creatures or just non-land permanents in general, and then just releases them when it leaves the battlefield. So if you were to play a land and in response sacrifice the Admonition Angel, you can permanently exile a permanent under the Admonition Angel, since this goes by a delay trigger. Or you could just stifle the leave the battlefield trigger, so none of the cards come back. It's just powerful. It just captures a lot of stuff, and it's just strong. And 6 mana, 6/6 flying. Wow. Yeah, it's just Admonition Angel, really powerful card. Don't know what else to say. So let's go in to our number 9, and we got wait. Angel of Grace. 5 mana 5/4 angel with flash flying, and when she enters, do the Angel's Grace effect. So basically, until end of turn, all the damage that reduces your life total to below 1 reduces it to 1. Also, for 6 mana, you can exile her from your graveyard to make your life total 10. So basically, provides you a sense of grace, an Angel's Grace, stops you from losing, and can also be quite the heavy hitter. And once she dies, later on you could just use her to bump your life total back to 10. So, really powerful card. Great way to use with cards such as Spoils of the Vault, where you take damage based on the cards you're gonna exile. If you wanna empty out your deck, and well, she's just cool. She's just a nice card, and yeah, that's basically Angel of Grace. Let's go to number 8, and we got so we got 2 cards in the number 8 spot because they work together. So this is Gisela, the Broken Blade. 4 mana 4/3 legendary angel horror, flying, first strike, lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you both own and control Gisela and Bruna, blink them and melt them. So Bruna is a 7 mana 5/7 legendary angel horror. When you cast her, bring back an angel or human from your graveyard to the battlefield. That can be Gisela if she were to die earlier or something, so you can prepare for the end step. Where they fuse into Brazella, Voice of Nightmares. 9/10 legendary Eldrazi Angel. Not the best way to celebrate Christmas, but whatever. Flying, first strike, vigilant, lifelink. your opponents can cast spells of mana value 3 or less. So, yeah. A really powerful Eldrazi that suppresses the opponent's creatures when transformed, combining both keyword abilities, and, of course, combining mana costs. Issue is just, well, not only that, also combines power and toughness. 4 plus 5, that's 9, then 7 plus 3, that's 10. So yeah, really powerful card, and yeah, the cards are, of course, Gisela's probably like functionally better on her own than Bruna. Bruna's still a good one, but of course you gotta use them together. So that's why they both share the number 8 spot. Let's go to number 7, and we got. Wait. We got Imperial Archangel. 8 mana, 5/8. Angel with Flying Shroud, and all the damage that we dealt to you is dealt to the Imperial Archangel. So, basically, it's a pariah effect. You're basically in the. If you don't give her indestructible or protection or anything, she's just gonna. She can just stop like 7 damage. Any instance of damage that will be dealt to you, like 7 or less. But if you just give her indestructible or shroud, she already has shroud. You give her indestructible something like freaking Avacyn, or who sadly did not make the cut, or someone like, or even like, I think a Chroma. Or a Chroma's Memorial. Avacyn has a Memorial, a Chroma's Memorial, whatever. Just something that gives her, like a defensive ability. And yeah, because she already has Shroud. It would be hard for you to specifically give her indestructible or protection. But if you have a card that gives each of them, like, Walls of Ba Sing Se, for example, those will give. This will give Empire Archangel indestructible. So, yeah, but to be fair, the wall is in itself a really big blocker. Do you really need the wall and Empire Archangel? I don't know, whatever. Same with Avacyn, just gives your stuff indestructible and it's just hard to stop you. But it's just a powerful card, honestly. Being able to, like, any pariah effect is just good, whether it's on your own creature or if it's on the opponent's creature. But yeah, but the fact that Empire Archangel naturally has Shroud, it's a double-edged sword, or should I say double-edged shield, because it stops the opponent from killing it with stuff, with removals and stuff, but you can't give her indestructible that easily. That's basically my point with this card, but it's still good. Let's go to our number 6. And we got Emeria Shepherd. 7 mana, 4/4 Angel with flying, landfall. You may bring back a non-land permanent from your hand, from your to your hand. But if it's a plains, put it back on the battlefield. So Emeria Shepherd is basically, has that Emeria effect, where you just bring back permanents from your graveyard to the battlefield, or to the hand, depending on what land. If you're playing just plains, then you're just gonna put things on the battlefield very easily. Like every land, like every plains, bring something back. And if not, just the land itself can just put it in the hand and you can just cast it. Just the issue of course, you can't bring back a land with Emeria Shepherd, because Emeria Shepherd will just keep on triggering landfall. You can just bring back all your lands. But yeah, if you do something like uh, arithmethies. Arithmethies will trigger landfall because it enters as a land, even though it's a creature spell. So you just landfall, play planes, bring back arithmethies, trigger arithmethies, bring back something else from your to hand. So really good, really cool. So yeah. So so I mean so if you just, for example, there's there's some cards that like would add a land or something. So if you play things like, if you bring back something like Azusa, Dry Leading Grove, I mean, just cards that uh that let you play natural land. I mean, you should play natural land. I mean, there are there are effects. I mean, what? Uh, Kodama of the East Tree, which will let you play multiple lands. I mean, there's hmm. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, and what? There's just permanents that make lands into that makes non-lands into lands. I mean, Toph, for example, could just make your artifacts into land. So every time you bring an artifact, you throw a landfall with the American Shepherd, or use it with stuff like um, Ashaya. I mean, which makes all your non-token creatures lands. I mean, they make them forests. So yeah, really cool. Really cool thing you can do with American Shepherd. So yeah, let's just go in to our number 5. And we got Platinum Angel. Platinum Angel being one of the first cards to stop you from losing. I mean, it's just a crazy card. 7 mana 4/4 artifact creature angel that makes it so you can't lose and your opponents can't win. I mean, now there's like a new card, which is like 6 mana. No, it's 7 mana, but it's 6/6. And the issue is you need like white cost. So the thing is, Platinum Angel may seem worse than the new one, but since Platinum Angel is a colorless card, you can use it in any commander deck, synergizes with artifacts, and is just really powerful. I mean, similar to Platinum Empyrean, it basically makes you unstoppable. I mean, Platinum Empyrean, at least it's you can still lose, but your life total can't change. Like you can't win life, you can't lose life. But Platinum Angel stops you from losing completely, and it stops your opponents from winning as well. So having Platinum Angel out on the battlefield, you just need to try and protect her, because otherwise she won't last long. I mean, 7 mana 4/4 dies to a freaking Flame Slash of all cards. But hey, really powerful card, and yeah, there's not much to do to just stop you. I mean, anything that stops you from losing or stops your opponents from winning is just a powerful card, powerful effect. So yeah, let's just go into our number 4, and we got Chancellor of the Anets. An OG, really powerful, 7 mana, 5/6 angel with at the beginning of the game you can reveal it from your hand, so that the first spell the opponent casts gets countered unless they pay 1. And for flying, when opponent casts spells, counter it unless that player pays 1. So, Chancellor of the Endless being a really powerful card for Legacy Reanimator decks, since she basically slows down the opponent's play by countering the first spell or making them pay extra for the first spell. Oh, and that affects stacks, by the way. If you reveal multiple Chancellors, it could just force them to, delay the first spell a lot, or just throw away a spell on the first turn. And if you just and also really good reanimator target. I mean, use Chancellor of the Endless, reanimate. You just reanimate her, and the opponent doesn't really have much to do against you. If every spell they cast will cost 1 more, or it'll get countered. I mean, it's just maybe even stack it with the first turn effect. Pair it with, the Lion's Eye Diamond. Pair it even with Green Chancellor, which gives you mana. So, yeah. I mean, this Chancellor's like probably the only one. I mean, it's the only one of the 5 that is an angel. So, that's why I didn't include the other Chancellors. But, well, let's go into our number 3. And we got Iona, Shield of Emeria. 9 mana 7/7 legendary angel. With flying, as Iona enters the battlefield, choose a color. Your opponents can't cast spells with the chosen color. So, shutting down a big part of an opponent's deck by stopping them from playing all spells of a certain color. That could be devastating for for mono-color decks, or at least slows down a lot for dual color decks. I mean, it's just powerful. I mean, Iona was I remember when Iona was banned in Modern, but I mean, then I think it got banned in Commander. I mean, it's just broken. I mean, so we just go into Iona. I mean, Iona's like banned in Commander, but legal in Modern. I mean, just you could literally just bring her in with something like a indomitable creativity effect, or even just Fruit of Breach, Goryo's Vengeance, and if you just manage to keep her around, there's just no stopping you. I mean, it's just so freaking powerful. So yeah, there's just not much to do. I mean, Iona, 9 mana 7/7 and flying. I mean, yeah, and since the most of the removals are gonna be in the color that Iona suppresses, there's not much you can do to kill Iona. So, and it's one side as well. So by any chance your opponent's playing the same color as you, Iona's not gonna backfire on you. I mean, it's not like the other cards that work both ways. But yep, let's go into our number 2, and we got and it's Sephiroth, the Savior, which is also Atraxa, Grand Unifier. 7 mana 7/7 legendary Fire Sin Angel. with Flying, Vigilance, Deathless Lifelink. When Sephiroth enters, review the top 10 cards of your library. For each card type, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest onto the bottom of your library in a random order. So, basically, Atraxa allows you to just get a bunch of cards. I mean, top 10, you get an artifact, a creature, battle, an enchantment, a land, sorcery, instant, planeswalker, and kindred. So, technically speaking, you could get like 9 cards out of the 10. So, yeah, I mean, but the thing is that since this card is mainly played in, like modern, pioneer, I mean, used to be a standard staple. There's not much. I mean, there's not many times you can get a kindred card. I mean, people who play kindred cards probably only use it if they're playing, Eldrazi or Jund. And who even plays Jund anymore? I mean, bro, I remember when I was playing modern, like Tarmogoyf was considered strong, and now it's no. I mean, Tarmogoyf kind of fell off hard. Sad, honestly, but well, that's basically you know the kindred stuff. I mean, battles. There are some battles that are used in Pioneer, some that were used in Standard, but you're not playing battles in Modern. I mean, bro, what useful battles are there? I mean, why did they not continue with the battle mechanic? I mean, I heard Averdrift was gonna have. Was supposed to have battles in the form of races instead of Seeks, but we didn't get those. No battles in freaking Lord of the Rings. Hey, hopefully we get them in in The Hobbit. Marvel Heroes might actually have battles. I don't know. Will they have battles in Star Trek? I don't know. But Star Trek might bring back Plane Chase. I may be wrong. I don't know. If they do the Commander decks, of course. And not even Destiny Commander decks, bro. I just bro, where are the battles? I swear to God, I think Wizard just forgot about the battle type line. So yeah, cards don't deal you don't see cards that deal damage to battles anymore. You see cards that deal damage to any target, but they're no longer making cards that target battles. Even cards that even cards in a set that doesn't have planeswalkers, they have cards that deal damage to planeswalkers. So why don't you make cards that deal damage to battles? Can it be that? Can it? Is it that hard? Seriously, bro, Wizard. Think. Let's just go in to the number one, and it is. Atraxa, Predator's Voice. Yeah. Atraxa took the top 2 spots, but hey, at least y'all should be grateful I put the OG Atraxa over the new one. Because honestly, yeah, new Atraxa is much more playable, but the OG one is more powerful, especially for commander players. 4 mana, 4/4 Flying Visions, Deathless Lifelink, and at the beginning of your end step, proliferate. So every turn, you're just increasing one counter on every single permanent. So basically, you're playing a Atraxa with planeswalkers, and you're just gonna keep on growing these planeswalkers each turn. So your planeswalkers will grow at a faster rate. You get more counters, more cool stuff, and proliferation is just bonkers. And to be able to do it at the beginning of each end step, each of your end steps. Man, this card is just bonkers. So yeah, that's a Tratsa, and I mean, and the fact that what a Tratsa just keeps these keywords from into the new card is even cool. I mean, it's cool, but well, this ability is probably better. I mean, new Tratsa costs more, gets you a bunch of cards, but other than that, just stays as a flying visions after sniping. At least the old one is much cheaper. Has that uh, has a recurring effect each end step, and well, the thing is that flying visions, flying visions, death touch, and lifelink, or just death touch and lifelink in themselves is already powerful. So you don't like seven a 7/7 with death touch is just too much, man. I mean 4/4 with death touch. This card could actually be deadlier. I mean, flying in visions. So visions and death touch in general is like the one of the craziest combinations of keywords because it lets you attack and then defend with the creature. I mean, like if the opponent attacks, you can just block and kill them. So you can attack with it. So because death touch is quite like evasive. I mean, flying in death touch, there's not many creatures that the opponent. I mean, like the opponent will have to block it with a flying creature, and it's gonna die, or a flying creature or a reach creature. And since flying and reach are powerful keywords, I mean you want to have at least like one or two flyers around. I mean to defend against other flyers or just attack flyers. It's just gonna be hard to block a Tratsa, and then she has the vigilance and lifelink, which will make counter retaliation harder. So so yeah. So yeah, a Tratsa just makes like a really powerful attacker and a blocker. Especially since you're gonna have like lots of planeswalkers, you're gonna need to defend them. So a Tratsa is like one of the best cards to defend against those. Huh. Well, it's time for the combo. And we got the Incredible Hulk and Caltrops. Self-explanatory. I mean, there was a free card combo that I knew from a group chat, but apparently this one's easier. So, you have Caltrops out. Attack with the Incredible Hulk. Caltrops deals 1 damage to Incredible Hulk. Trigger Enrage. Put a +1 counter on him. And untap him, and there's an extra combat phase. Next, you can attack again. Attack. Caltrops deals 1 damage to Incredible Hulk. Enrage happens. Hulk gets the +1 counter. Untap him. Extra combat phase. I mean, it's just, bro. It's just freaking bonkers, man. I mean, you just keep on doing this and just endlessly attack a player until they're dead. I mean, or just all the play. I mean, just take down the blockers. I mean, and the fact that, and if your opponent blocks, it will trigger Enrage again. It's just so he gets an extra counter, another extra combat phase. I mean, just bro, that's mad. I mean, it's just crazy. So yeah, now it's time for the non-bow, and it is right there. We got Captain Ngfrod and the Mind Render. So, basically, Captain Ngfrod makes it so that every time one of your horrors deals combat damage to player, that player mills that many cards. But the issue with Mind Render is that all the damage you're dealing turns into mill. So, every damage you're dealing to an opponent, instead, you're making each opponent mill that many cards. The issue is that since Captain Fraud's trigger works with dealing combat damage, if you were to hit an opponent with a horror, you cannot you cannot stack the mill effect. I mean normally you deal 3 damage and make that player mill free. But with the Mind Render, instead, each opponent is milling free. So basically renders the first trigger useless. But it's not a bad synergy because since if you're playing, especially if you're playing if you're playing um, a multiplayer game, because the Mind Render works on each opponent, not just defend, uh, not just that player. So yeah, it's just crazy. So yeah. Anyways, congratulations, you've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow my Twitch channel, share friends, stay tuned to my videos, streams, and podcast. Next podcast will be the last podcast of the year, 4:30 GMT on Tuesday, where I'll just recap the best cards of that year. And other than that, just follow my Twitch channel, TikTok channel, subscribe to my Pixel Point, and watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.